Well, hello there, everybody out there. I hope you're doing well. It is a beautiful night. I'm here in Central Florida. We came down to Sarasota to my wife's brother's house. They do an annual Christmas party, so we just kind of got into our Airbnb and got settled here. And I was asked by my buddy Tim if I would do this tonight, and I'm always glad to do this and talk to everybody about this most amazing project. I mean, I couldn't be more excited about it. So I hope that you guys are excited about it too. There's a lot of good stuff going on. I'm going to do a presentation tonight introducing the project and take you guys through that. I have typically a heavy focus on the layer 2 or the utility of the project. It's really all about, and I'll tell you why as we go through this thing. But I'm going to start recording this, so bear with me a second, guys. And resume. Okay, so I believe we're being recorded as we speak here, and we're good to go. So I'm going to get this underway. My name is Jim Carey, okay? Yeah, okay, I mean, restaurants, I don't even say my name anymore. It's like I just go Carey James, because I've heard it all. But at the end of the day, I was here first. But I always think it's a little bit of a joke, so kind of open with that. And anyway, we're going to be talking about TexitCoin Coin tonight, the most amazing project. And I'm going to tell you guys, first of all, how did I get involved in the project? How did I hear about it? I heard about it from a really good, probably 30 years. He's 47 now, so I hired him in the company as a sales guy, a novice at the time when he was about 17, 18 years old, and he just did a fantastic job. Very quickly, was just an amazing salesperson. More than anything else, though, he was just an amazing person. I knew his family, met his kids, and been friends for all this time. And that's kind of how I got involved in this project. Tim had left the travel business, which is what he was working for me in, and he's been in the hot tub and swim spa industry as a leader at the top of his game as a sales manager for the largest hot tub and swim spa dealer in Central Texas. And he's done super well at that. And I guess about 2 months ago now, he's given up a career that's lasted 25 years, and he was at the top of his game to join this project full time. And he is now the head of what we call the Texit Rangers. A little bit more as we through here. An example of what a ranger should be, really leading by example, being humble, being a servant mentality, and that's who he is as a person. So Tim's a great guy. So he basically had found out that I sold my last company about 5 years ago, and I'd been kind of bumping around in Lakeland, Florida, where I live, just kind of figuring out what I wanted to do. I was playing a lot of golf with my friends and stuff, but God just knocked on me and basically said, "Hey, buddy, what are you doing? You're sitting on the sidelines. I got a bigger plan for you." And so I started helping and mentoring some other young business people within doing some mentorships and so forth. Started a couple different businesses. And anyway, I ended up really, really gravitating towards AI and AI agents, voice agents, inbound agents, outbound agents, and then CRM as well. And by the way, I'm sorry, I'll apologize right now, but you scruffy Jim tonight, because like I say, I wasn't planning on doing this, but Bobby and Tim asked me, and I'm happy to do it at any time. So forgive the look here of the 2-day-old shave. But anyway, having said that, I was talking to Tim, and he understood that I really now had a digital marketing agency where I was doing CRM work, AI agents, and so forth. And he said, "Hey, man, we could really use your help in the hot tub industry. We're doing well. We do show events on the weekends and so forth. We have 5 stores, but we really could use help on the AI side and also on the CRM side." And so they hired my company to help them out with that. So that's kind of how I got started with him again. And again, we've been in contact all these years, but we started, this was in April of this past year. A couple of weeks after that, he came back to me and he said, "Hey, Jim," he goes, "I've got this other project. It's a little different. It's called TEXIT Coin. Have you ever heard of it before?" I'm like, "No, I've never heard that before." And he said, "Do you know anything about cryptocurrency?" I said, "Well, Tim," I said, I know a lot about cryptocurrency, been involved in it since 2017. I went on a business trip at that time to the Philippines, I was there for about 2 weeks, and the Philippine people are just, they're such a beautiful spirit, and they're very industrious. You think we have Uber and Lyft here, they have like 13 of them over there, including Uber and Lyft for rickshaws, believe it or not. So they're very industrious, and they are very much into crypto. The whole Asian market is huge into crypto, and you can understand why, because the currencies over there, unlike the US dollar, yes, we have our own inflation, I get that, but it's not like the dollar's worth $1 today and it's worth 80 cents tomorrow, right? But a lot of their currencies are like that. There's hyperinflation, hyperdeflation, and so the blockchain, which is essentially cryptocurrency's backbone, is basically inflation proof. They're only making so many of them. You can't print money like you can with the US dollar or most currencies and devalue it. For example, Bitcoin is a 130-year project that will mine 21 million Bitcoins over that time. There will be no more. There will be no less. So it's kind of like gold that way. They're not making any more of it. Silver, copper, precious metals, same way. So it's kind of a really good store of value. And the blockchain is also immutable. Once a transaction happens on the blockchain, it can never be changed. It can never be reversed. So for many of these reasons, the Asian cultures kind of gravitate. So I, baptized by fire, started learning about the blockchain and so forth. And I made my first investments into the cryptocurrency world. When I did that, however, I took the same approach that I always take with my own investments in stocks and so forth. And that is do due diligence on what the project is about. I've never invested in a coin, guys. Okay, never. Because it's all about the utility of the project and what are they trying to change in the world? What's going to have that coin price not just be here today, but how is it going to go up and up over time? And that's the utility of the project. And I'm going to get into that with this project because, in my opinion, this project probably has one of the greatest utilities of any project I've ever seen. So I got into Bitcoin. Did I get in at the beginning? No. I didn't. I don't know anybody who did. They wouldn't be on this call probably because they'd be a multi-gazillionaire. But it was funny. My nephew, actually, who's 19, was working for me back in 2009. And he came to me and said, Uncle Jim, he said, have you heard of this thing called Bitcoin? And I said, no, tell me about that. And so he starts explaining the blockchain for me. And it was like, I just, look, guys, let's get back to work. We're in the travel business. Okay. That'll work. I guess I made a mistake there. But having said that, I did end up getting into Bitcoin at 3,300, which was really good. It's been as high as 128,000. But lately it's been around 90,000. So you can see what I mean by even a coin like Bitcoin, which is the #1 in the world, 128,000 just a couple months ago, 90,000 today. So very wide swings. And that leads me to basically say on this call tonight too, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a ranger. Okay. I'm a miner in TexitCoin, Coin, and I'm not giving anybody financial advice tonight. What I'm trying to do is really just share my experience, share what this project is all about. And like me, I encourage you to do your own due diligence and determine whether what I'm saying tonight and what you believe is, true for you, or hey, I want to run from this like Forrest Gump, and that's all your call. But all I'm going to say is I've gotten involved in Bitcoin at 3,300, XRP, which is Ripple, at 11 cents. It's been as high as 371, 361. I've done well in both those projects. I've gotten into Ethereum. I got into Tron, Litecoin. So the 4 or 5 projects that I've gotten into, again, it's never been about buying the coin. It's been about what's the utility of the project? What are they trying to accomplish with the project? So anyway, I explained all this to my buddy Tim. He goes, well, Jim, he goes, you sound like you know a lot about cryptocurrency. Let's keep going. And so what he wanted me to do was hire me to do the marketing for the project, where they're doing webinars like this. They're doing and so forth. They're basically bringing groups of people together, sharing the vision of what the founder, Bobby Gray, has created and what the project's all about. And we needed ways to get people to those events, but more importantly, when they responded to the marketing pieces and so forth, how do we track them? How can we send SMS text to them for the registrations and reminders? So he hired me essentially to do that. Well, in order to do that, as a business owner, I kind of had to put my business hat on and do the due diligence on the project, find out about really dig into this thing, because if I was going to help, I had to know what you do, right? So I did that, and they hired me to do the marketing, which I'm still doing for them as well. And it's been very exciting. And then basically a couple of weeks later, this is now early May. So now we're right in early May. I basically saw what was going on with this project. I saw what was happening with my friend and the success he was having with it, Tim. And I just decided, hey, on a personal basis, this is for me. This is one of the best projects I've ever seen in my life, and I'm going to jump in with this. So on May 5th, I became miner number 3,502. And the coin at that price, at that time rather, was 60 cents. And I'm going to explain both of those to you in a minute, why those things are kind of significant roadmaps along the way here. So that's kind of my journey, how I got involved in the project. Now I want to talk to you about, I just made a statement. I said, this is like the most unique crypto project I've ever seen in my life. And it certainly is, because look, when you get into a crypto project, typically, like Bitcoin, we'll talk about that for a minute. What do? You buy a coin. It's all you can do. Buy the coin. And guess what? You buy it for $10, and let's say you go to bed tonight and it goes up $3. It's now worth $13. You made $3 on paper. Okay? Let's say it goes down $3 and it's worth $7. You lose $3 on paper, right? But the point I'm making is, in a normal crypto project, the only thing you can do is buy the coin. And it either goes up, it goes down, or it stays the same. It's a linear approach, and that's all you can do. Buy it and hope, and buy more if you want to, and that's basically what you do. So this project, what if I said to you that you don't even buy coins in this project? Now, can you buy coins in this project? You absolutely can buy coins. Up until a few weeks ago, guys, I've never bought one coin in this project. Why? Because this project is about buying a seat in the Texit Coin mine, the first American-made, largest privately owned blockchain in the entire world, that's based out of Texas, and you buy a seat in the mine. It's exactly like buying the golden goose that's laying the eggs rather than buying the eggs. So now let me take you back to the scenario I showed you. What if you had a Texit coin that was mined for you? So you bought your seat, and now the coin was mined for you. You spent no more money, but you got a coin mined for you. And that coin was worth $2. Okay? That's fantastic. And you go to bed tonight, and it didn't even go up in value. In fact, maybe it went down to $1.75 or $1.50. But when you woke up tomorrow, unlike with Bitcoin or any other project, instead of having one coin, you had 1.5 coins. The next day you had 2 coins, then 3 coins, then 3.5, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7. And every single day you woke up, you had more coins in your wallet that were mined for you for free from the mining seat that you purchased. Never even having bought a coin, guys. That is like no other crypto project in history, period, end of story. And that's what's so exciting about this. So now let's talk about that for a minute. Now, every single day, you're having coins mined for you. Even if the price stays the same or goes down, the fact that you're getting more coins every day means you're making money. Now, imagine this. Okay, at the same time that you're getting more coins, the greatest wealth building principle in history, and Warren Buffett will tell you this, is called compounding. Compounding builds wealth faster. So now imagine that you're getting all these coins mined for you every day. You're never paying any more for that. And at the same time you're getting more coins, they're also going up in value. The compounding effect of more coins and more value and the price going up is unmatched. It's like nothing you've ever seen before in the world. So that is the power of this project. Again, it's like buying the golden goose versus the eggs. Try and buy a seat in the Bitcoin mine, or in the Ethereum mine, or the Solana mine, the Monero mine. Take your pick of coins in the world. They're not selling seats. You're not getting any seats because they're not selling them. But imagine if you could have gotten a seat in the Bitcoin mine at the time, and you had coins mined for you every single day. So that's not realistic, but it is in TEXIT Coin. That is what's absolutely amazing about this. So many of you out there have maybe heard of dollar cost averaging. And I love this. Dollar cost averaging started a ways back where you can buy fractional shares of a company. So it works like this. hey, I can't afford to buy a Tesla share at $440, but I can spend $25 a week every single week with a platform like Robinhood. That was one of the beginning ones, but now E-Trade and all the brokerage firms do it. And what it does is allows me as a person who says, I would like to invest my money in assets that appreciate, and I need to be on a budget. So what happens in this case is you invest $25 a week or $50 a week, whatever your budget is, and every single week you're buying that asset. So if it's Tesla, if it's NVIDIA, whatever it happens to be, it doesn't matter what the price of the stock is. It just buys $25 of it or $50 of it or what your budget is. And so what happens is price is going up and the price is going down. It's irrelevant because you're getting more of that asset every single week. Get it? Same as this. You're getting more of the asset, which is the coin, every single week. But here's the difference. In the one, you're paying $25 to $50 every single week to get more of that asset. With TexitCoin, Coin, it's mining it for you for free every single day. You're getting more coins from the one seat that you purchased, never having to buy anything more. Guys, that's dollar cost averaging for free. That's powerful generational wealth building. And that's what this project is all about. That's what got me excited. And let me tell you something. Yes, the prices swing wild in crypto. So I don't care about the price because I'm getting more coins every single day. It's just like dollar cost averaging. I don't care what the Tesla stock price is today. I just know every week I'm getting more of it. Make sense? So that's what this project is all about. And let me tell you guys, there was 173,400 crypto millionaires created in 2024 alone. Less than half of them came from Bitcoin. There are multi-millionaires in Texit Coin already, and I happen to know a lot of them. Okay, it's a real project. This project is 1 year and 10 months old, and it's a 137-year project. We're just getting started. The mine's only about 25 to 27% sold out. We're going to talk about that next. So bear with me. Oh, and by the way, let me mention this. I told you before, when I got into the project, I was miner number 3,502, and the coin price was at 60 cents. In 7 months, I've tripled. The coin price has tripled. It's today at like $2 or something like that, while I've still got more coins. That is so powerful, guys. That is so powerful. So let's talk about this for a minute. What is this project? Well, it's literally a community mining project. So we have a founder that's one of the most amazing guys in the world. I've had the honor of meeting him a number of times, spending personal time with him, and he's a visionary. He's a visionary leader, and this is a continuation of his life's work. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit later when I talk about the utility and how we got here. But what are we doing? Okay, what we're doing is we're building a 100 million mega hash mine. Don't get all freaked out with 100 million mega hash and all that stuff. It's very simple. 100 mega hash is one seat in the mine. It's a digital mine. 1 million seats at 100 mega hash is 100 million mega hash mine. Mega hash is all about computing power, okay? Just the same as horsepower. So if you just look at it like a car engine, you say, hey, we're going to build a 100 million horsepower car engine, and we're going to have 1 million seats. That means each one is 100 horsepower. 100 horsepower times 1 million seats, 100 horsepower engine. The ones in the physical world, the ones in the digital world. So that's what we're living in, the digital world. So what Bobby wanted to do is he said, look, I don't want this to be like Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin lost its way. Right now, China mines over 55% of Bitcoin in the world through 5 huge mining pools. You couldn't mine Bitcoin if you wanted to. They've just lost their way. Multi-millionaires control Bitcoin, okay? That's the reality. And what Bobby said is he said, look, I need to build a community that believes in the vision that I have so we can have a large community, and that's what's going to support the utility of the project. So it was absolutely brilliant. And so what we're doing, again, is building 1 million mega hash mine, 100 million mega hash mine with 1 million seats in the mine. And so what we're doing, though, even though there'll be 1 million seats in the mine, there will not be 1 million miners. And the reason for that is because today, every miner that gets in is typically buying 4 to 5 seats in the mine. And so if you back into the math, at the end of the day, probably going to have 250 to 300,000 total miners. We've got right now approaching 57,000 miners. So again, go back to what I said before. I got in just 7 months ago, and I was miner number 3,502. Today, 57,000 miners. So the trajectory is on a sellout path that will be sold out next year, and that's what's happening. Now, once the seats in the mine are sold out, okay, the only thing people who didn't get a seat in the mine can do is go back to what I talked about earlier, and that is buy the coin on the market. It can go up, it can go down, it can stay the same, but they will not have coins mined for them for the next 137 years as a miner will. And so that's the significance of this project. It's a mining project that's built on community. So let's talk about how you can get involved in the project. And there's 3 ways to get involved. And I get excited about this because it's kind of like you can bite off whatever you want to chew, okay? And so the first way is literally as simple as simply buy a seat in the mine. You're going to get a cold storage wallet mailed to you, okay? This actually is a solid copper piece of technology that was also created by the founder, Bobby Gray, who in 2011 founded the first Bitcoin cold storage wallet that were solid copper with a laser etched QR code on the back so that you could track your coins on the blockchain. He invented the famous Bitcoin logo, not Bitcoin, but the logo and the cold storage wallet. And he created that same cold storage wallet for TexitCoin Coin. So you get one of these mailed to you, become a miner, and you say, hey, I'd like to buy a seat in the mine. Or I can buy 5 seats in the mine and I can get 1 for free. Or I can buy 9 seats in the mine and I can get 2 for free. So 9 gets you 11 seats in the mine, 5 gets you 6 seats in the mine, but you can buy 1 seat in the mine, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 9. Now, can you buy more beyond that? Yes, you can clearly buy 9 for you, 9 for your wife or significant other. You've got 18 seats in the mine. And for people who are wanting to play in a little bit bigger pond, we can talk to you privately about ways that you can purchase more than 9 or more than 18 seats. There's a way for that to happen that we've made. I don't want to get into it on this call, but we can certainly talk about that, and that's not an issue. So you can become a miner. You could say, I'm never going to tell anybody about this in the history of my life. I'm going to take my hard wallet and I'm going to put it in the safe, and I'm going to come back in 5 years and I'm going to see maybe I'm crypto rich. Maybe this is the next Bitcoin like they think it's going to be. And I just hit the jackpot. And so that's all you ever have to do, guys. Now, if you're like me, though, when my buddy Tim told me about this and he said, hey, Jim, you can get 9 seats. Well, Tim, I'm going to get 9 seats. I can get them for my wife. Yes, Jim. If I can't buy any more seats, Tim, then is there a way for me to get more free seats in the mine? And Tim said, well, I'm glad you asked, Jim. Absolutely. Go back to the previous slide where we're talking about crowdfunding this mine. Okay, so the genius of this is that Bobby Gray is crowdfunding this mine. That's why we want to have 250 to 300,000 miners in this project that have 1 million mining seats, okay? And we right now, guys, in the crowdfunding of this mine, we're the 3rd largest project in history. Bobby didn't borrow money from investors. He didn't borrow money from venture capital firms. He said, no, the community is going to fund this mine. And the community has funded the mine. Currently, guys, we've raised approaching $140 million in crowdfunding the build of this mine. And the first phase of this project is exactly that. It's to build the mine. It's to sell out all the seats in the mine. And that is what we're doing, basically, in the mine. All right, so now you can earn money. You can earn more free seats 2 ways. The first one's called a 1-2 free bonus. What does that mean? Well, it really means this. If you're like me, I talk. I tell people about it. When I do well at things, I tell my friends. I tell my family. And if you just tell 3 people about it, and they happen to join as miners, they have to join through another miner. You would be their sponsor. And because you sponsored 3 of them, you get a 1-2 free bonus. That means you earn 1 free seat in the mine. Well, that's worth $1,000. Each seat is $995. We'll call it $1,000. So you buy a seat, you sponsor 3 people, and guess what? You get a free seat for $1,000. But here's what's cool. If you do that within the first 30 days, or within 30 days from the last time you did that, they give you a bonus seat. You get 2 free seats in the mine. So that's a $2,000 bonus. And you can get as many free seats in the mine as you want for just keep on doing that. Just over and over, I'm going to bring in 3 people. They're going to join. I get 2 free seats in the mine. Every 30 days, rinse and repeat. You can continue to do that. I just had a miner. She actually purchased 12 seats for her grandchildren for Christmas. So literally, she got 4 1-2 free bonuses for doing that, which essentially was 8 free seats in the mine, $8,000 value. She spent $12,000 for the seats and got $8,000 back in free seats. And the key with the free seats, guys, is remember what I told you about the golden goose? The more free seats you have, the more seats in the mine, the more hashing power you have, and the more coins that are mined for you every day. So the goal should be, how many coins can I get? How many seats can I get that are going to continue to mine coins for me for the next 137 years, creating potentially generational wealth? So that's the first way with the 1-2 free bonus. The second way is what we call referral commissions. I'm going to use 2 words here that kind of make my eye twitch when I use it. Network marketing. I hate saying the word. I'm not a network marketer. I don't like marketing. It is what it is. However, it is an extremely effective way to crowdsource and crowdfund the selling of the mine. So let me tell you why it's really, I say it's network marketing-ish. And the reason is because, look, what does a network marketing company really want to do? They want to be in business forever. I mean, look at Amway, look at Monave, look at, Malaluka. All of these companies have been around for decades, and that is just fine with them. With this project, guys, the 1-2 free bonus and the commissions, they go away after the mine is sold out. There is no more miners who can join. So there is no 1-2 free bonus, and there is no referral commissions, which I'm going to get into in a moment. And that's not very network marketing-ish, is it? The other thing with network marketing companies, what do? Auto ship, buy product, buy pills, patches, motions, potions, lotions, vitamins, whatever they're selling, you're buying it every single week, every single month, just to stay involved in the project. Guys, there's nothing to buy here. Okay, there's nothing to sell here. So let me tell you about the referral commissions. You brought the 3 people in with the 1-2 free bonus, right? So we have what we call a binary matrix, a network marketing term. Essentially what it just means is you have a left team and you have a right team. You only have 2 positions below you. That's it. It's like a little triangle, okay? Now, once you have the 3 people on your left and they come in on that side, and now let's say the person who brought you here tonight decides, hey, because I have to put people that are coming in somewhere, I'm going to put them under you. And they put 3 people on your right side. And each of them bought 1 seat in the mine for $1,000 each. Well, that's 3 points because each seat is 1 point. So 3 seats is $3,000 is 3 points. 3 seats is $3,000. It's 3 points. 3 points and 3 points match up for a $1,000 weekly commission. I did say weekly. So separate from the generational wealth side of what I've talked about already, separate from the goose that's laying the golden egg, separate from the coins being mined for you every single day, like we talked about, where you have almost free dollar cost averaging. Separate from that is the commission program, where you now can earn cash and you can also earn more free seats. And this is pretty cool. So if you match 3 points and 3 points, you get a $1,000 commission. 6 points and 6 points, you're getting a $2,000 commission. And 9 points and 9 points, you're getting a $3,000 commission. That is every single week. Ask yourself, guys, what would an extra $1,000 a week mean to you and your family? That's $52,000 a year. Okay, $104,000 a year. What would $2,000 a week mean to you and your family? Every single week, you can earn that. There are people in my downline, guys, that are making $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 every single week because they're helping to grow the community. And that is the magic of this. But once again, once the mine is sold out, all that goes away. So not very network marketing-ish, but a brilliant strategy to help crowdfund the mine. And so that's the 3 ways that you can be involved in this project. So the next thing I'm going to talk about here is I'm going to talk about the utility of the project. This is where I really get excited. I may seem excited right now, but I actually get excited right here because once again, this is where I started. It's the root of the tree for me. When Tim brought me into this thing, I had to look at this and say, what are they doing? What's Bobby's vision? So I had to get to know Bobby Gray, what he's done, okay? The fact that he was in front of Congress in 2012 at Congressman Ron Paul's Committee on Alternative Currencies, speaking as an expert on alternative currencies. Okay. In 2008, Bobby established the American Open Currency Standard, which essentially was like a white paper that basically talked about alternative currencies and honest money. And Bobby's vision in that was basically, hey, let's get back to gold, silver, copper, because he had mining mints. And so he minted precious coins and so forth. And so he said, honest money is precious metals. Well, at the same time, and there was this guy who knows who it is, Satoshi Nakamoto. You've heard of Bitcoin. So the exact same time, Satoshi comes out, has the same vision, except he went digital. He went Bitcoin. Well, we all know how that ended up, right? Digital won the day, and ultimately Bobby Gray got out of the interest, the mining side of it, and said, I'm going to do a digital currency, and he formed TexitCoin Coin in January of 2024. And so that's how this project got started. So let's talk about this for a minute. What's the utility of the project? The utility of the project is basically downtown digital dollars. Okay, it's going into cities and towns, and we'll talk about. Let's talk about McKinney, Texas, for a minute. That's where this project is headquartered. It's where Bobby is. It's where most of the leadership team is. And the city of McKinney is a great town who does fairs, festivals, events, concerts, etc. And if you look at that, there's hundreds of thousands of people going through these events, these fairs, festivals, and events. And if you look at a town like McKinney, or really any, you say to yourself, what are they trying to accomplish? What is the town trying to accomplish? Okay, the Chamber of Commerce, the Downtown Digital Association, the commissioners, the mayor. What they're trying to do, guys, is keep money circulating within their community as long as they can, to help the local businesses, to help the local people in the community get a new car, expand their business, start a new business, get a mortgage on their home, get a HELOC on their home. And so who better to do that? Local credit unions. Banks, we're not against banks, but banks, guys, like Chase and Wells Fargo, that money leaves town immediately. It's in New York, it's in San Francisco, it's wherever those banks are headquartered, and that money just leaves the community. But a local credit union, the money stays in the community, serves the community, and helps with that. And so the money staying in the community is the goal. How do you accomplish that? Well, okay, right now, if you look at these fairs, festivals, and events, it's antiquated. Most of them, a lot of them are still using paper currency, where you go to that fair, festival, or event, you wait in line in the hot sun, you buy tickets, okay, you buy coupons, and then you go to the Ferris wheel, you spend $5. You go to the turkey leg guy, you spend $3. And you use those. If you need more, you wait in the sun again, you have to buy more. And that's kind of the process of how it works. Some of them have tried to automate it without success because they just don't have what it takes to do it. They don't have the framework, the backbone. And that's the utility of this project and what we're trying to create here, or what we are creating here. What we are, guys, is Bobby's built the layer one. It's a layer one cryptocurrency that is built on top as a clone of the Litecoin blockchain. And why is that important? The blockchain you're on is got to be designed for the utility of the project. Bitcoin lost its way. Bitcoin was originally supposed to be a peer-to-peer exchange of value, but blockchain is too old, too tired, too slow, too expensive. And so you might be waiting 3 minutes for a transaction or 10 minutes for a transaction to clear in a Starbucks while everybody's yelling at you, and your $5 cup of coffee actually ends up costing you $8. That doesn't work, because the blockchain is not fit for the purpose of the utility. The Litecoin blockchain is absolutely fit for the purpose of low transaction fees and fast transactions, and that's what our project does. So going back to the digital downtown currencies, these towns basically want to say, hey, look, can you create me a coin, call it the McKinney coin, that's built on top as a layer 2 on top of your layer 1 blockchain? Could you build that for us, and could we have a McKinney coin? The answer is absolutely yes. We're built for that purpose. And Bobby, if he's great at a lot of things, but he's the greatest at doing this exact thing. He's already done it, building downtown digital currencies, except now he's got the digital. Now he can do it digitally. And so when he was trying to do it with physical coins, it didn't work. Digital, all the cuffs are off. So now we can create that digital currency from McKinney. Uh-oh, got a problem. What's that, Jim? Well, digital currencies, cryptocurrencies, they're inherently volatile. I talked about Bitcoin earlier, guys, where basically Bitcoin was at 128,000 a couple months ago. Now it's at 90,000. So we can't have a McKinney coin where I go into Mitchell's coffee shop and all of a sudden I buy a $10 cup of coffee, and when I leave, Mitchell on his wallet only has 90 cents because the coin went down in price. So we can't have that. So how do we solve for that? Well, we create a stable coin, okay? It's basically going back to the days of gold, silver, and copper, and gold backing the US dollar back before the Federal Reserve started in 1913. Every dollar was backed by gold. Well, now what we do is we partner with that city. We partner with that town. And we say, okay, guys, how much digital currency, how much is spent in your town in fairs, festivals, and events? Oh, Jim, it's $3 million, it's $8 million, it's $5 million. And what we do is we then make a deposit into a credit union along with the city, and we partner it, we have skin in the game, and we create a stable environment so that you have a coin is now worth $1, and it's always the same. And so we solve that problem. Nobody else has solved that problem. We now have solved that problem. Okay, all of a sudden now McKinney can have their own coin. Oh my God, well that's fantastic. So now people don't have to wait in line. They literally take the app on their telephone. They download the app. They buy the McKinney coin right on their Apple phone or their Google phone, Android phone. And now they don't have to wait in the sun. Now they have digital currency right on their wallet that they can now go around spending just like Apple Pay in the fair, festival, or event. And that is a total game changer. You can buy more while you're there, etc. But the biggest thing is, guess what? Unlike with paper coupons and tickets, when you leave the fair or festival and you've got 10 extra ones that you can't do anything with, now you actually have the currency on your wallet, okay? You have it right there. And so you're walking around now with McKinney coin on your wallet, okay? Well, guess what? How many people come through those fairs, festivals, and events? Hundreds of thousands, guys. And so now what we do is we partner with the Chamber of Commerce and all the businesses in the community. And we say to those businesses, hey guys, guess what? We've got the McKinney coin. It's a stable coin. It's created with a stable coin. And we've put deposits in the local credit union. That money is being circulated in the town, meant for what it's supposed to do, helping the local community, and it's backing the transactions from the coin. What? That's a game changer. So now the businesses are going, so let me make sure I understand this. You got hundreds of thousands of people walking around with this on their wallet. How do they come to my business? And we say, we're glad you asked, guys. We've created a downtown digital dollar directory where you can be in there for free. So it's just like, I want a sign in my window that says Visa, MasterCard, and American Express accepted here. Well, I want another one that says McKinney coin accepted here. Come to my coffee shop. Come to my hot tub company. Come to my massage parlor, okay? And now these businesses can accept the coin and people are walking around with it on their wallet, okay? It's absolutely huge for these businesses. We've created a huge community of people that are looking to spend that with them. Okay, so now in addition to that, Visa, MasterCard, and American Express, if I buy a cup of coffee for $10, they're spending 1.5% to 5% in merchant fees just to be able to take Visa, MasterCard, and American Express. Okay, that's expensive. TexitCoin, Coin, nothing. It's 0.0001 transaction fees. It's almost nothing per transaction. So the transaction cost is super low. Why? Because we're built with the purpose of being on a clone of the Litecoin blockchain. That's the purpose of that blockchain. Low transaction fees and fast transactions. So a blockchain for the purpose of the utility. So it's genius. So now they're saving merchant fees. What else? Now, if they take Visa, MasterCard, American Express, they got to wait 1 to 3 days to get the money in their wallet. Guess what? TEXIT Coin, I spend with you, it's immediately on your wallet. It's blockchain, guys. It's immutable. It's inflation proof. It's immediately on your wallet. So you don't have to wait 1 to 3 days anymore. And here's the big one, chargebacks. Businesses hate those two words, chargebacks. Maybe it's one word, but they hate it. Basically, they give a product or a service to the customer. The customer never talks to them again and just does a dispute with their credit card company. Credit card company doesn't care about the business. They care about the consumer. Immediately take the money out of the business's account and they put a freeze on it and say, hey, you've got a dispute. You got to respond to all this stuff. And there's red tape to do all this. They can actually hold your money for up to 278 days. Not fair, but it's the reality. Well, guess what? The blockchain is immutable. the transactions happen immediately and they cannot be reversed. They're immediately recorded on the blockchain in perpetuity. Okay, so now, does that mean the business is a bad business? No, they still want to work with the customer. They still want a Google 5-star review. Everybody does. But they get to determine how they work with the customer and how they refund that customer, how they settle that dispute with the customer. It really gives them a lot of choices. And lastly, when's the last time anybody here saw a billboard that said Bitcoin.com, Monero.com, Solana.com, Ethereum.com, and that were promoting their blockchain? The answer is never and none, because none of these blockchains have leaders, guys. So what you need, the next thing to do is I tell people about this project and they go, well, could somebody do this too, Jim? Could somebody come up and copy this and do it? And I say the answer is absolutely they could. Could they do it on another blockchain like the Solana blockchain or the Monero blockchain? Absolutely they could. But here's why it's not going to happen. It's because those blockchains they're rudderless. They have no leaders. There's nobody in there. It's basically simply a blockchain, and it's only about the leader that has a vision that wants to build something on top of it. No one's doing that. Charlie Lee, who started Litecoin, checked out years ago. So the only reason we're on the Litecoin blockchain is because of Bobby Gray, the visionary leader of this project, which this project is a continuation of his life's work, and that's why we're on the Litecoin blockchain. Okay, it took a leader. So this is Bobby from back in 2008 who basically said, guys, I believe in digital downtown currencies. I've done it with copper already. It's impossible to do it with copper. Nobody could. But now that I'm going digital, it changes the paradigm. I can do this for all these towns and cities across the entire United States. And right now, guys, is this a big use case? Well, I'd say so, because the International Fair and Festival Association, okay, worldwide, we're right now $1.2 trillion, guys, in fairs, festivals, and events, projected to be $2.3 trillion by 2032. Is that a big use case? Absolutely massive use case. So imagine now you got a visionary founder. Okay, so could it be copied? Yes, but no, because they don't have a visionary founder like we do. That this is a continuation of his life's work and what he's done before. So because of that, we actually can do this. The other thing is, guys, we have raised over about $140 million already to build this project, to build this mine, this layer one. So we're way ahead of anybody else that even could think about doing this. And then on top of that, we've been doing it for a year and 10 months. And then on top of that, we've already built a community of about 57,000 miners who are in this community, growing to 250 to 300,000. So for all those reasons, this isn't going to be copied. Okay, we're in a league of our own with a leader whose continuation of his life's work is all about this. So I get totally excited when I talk about this. And then you talk about the use case. And why is that important? Well, guys, because the price of the coin. So I told you on this side over here, forget about the price of the coin. If you're a miner, you're just simply getting more coins mined for you every single day. And that doesn't change whether the coin is at $2, the coin is at $10, or the coin is at $80. You're getting the same number of coins every single day, building generational wealth for you and your family. So that's this side. Over here, I want the coin price to go up. Why? Because I'm getting more of them every day, and I want some of that compounding I talked about before. Okay, that helps also. So what's going to do that is the utility of the project. And how's that going to happen? Well, if you look at trillions of dollars worth of transactions, and we're now powering those. People are buying the coin. So imagine now you go back to the McKinney, and now you have a fair, festival, or event. People are going to buy the McKinney coin. How many people come through your fair, festival, or events, McKinney? Oh, 80,000 people will come through this year. Now you've got 80,000 people who basically are all buying $1 worth of TXC, the coin, to pay what they call the gas fees, which is a small transaction fee on every transaction. So now just from one event, we've got $80,000 worth of TXC that were purchased by the people who bought coins for that particular event. That's huge. You start doing the math on that with 100 cities, 200 cities, 300 cities with multiple events and fairs and festivals at each of these. And just the people who are buying the TXC $1 for gas fees absolutely drives the revenue for this project. And now on top of that, imagine we're scraping just a tiny transaction fee, that 0.0001, off of every transaction. Now what you have, guys, is you have a project that has a utility that's much the same as XRP. One of the famous ones that's going on today, Ripple, they call it, but it's XRP. They have a utility. What is that utility? It's replacing the SWIFT banking system. That's the utility of the project. Okay, they basically want the SWIFT banking system to go away. You don't have to spend 25 bucks on a bank wire here and a bank wire here and then wait 3 days for your money to go across the world. No. Now you simply do it with XRP, and they scrape a small transaction fee and off of every transaction. What does that do? Well, guys, it builds the valuation of the project. So now when you got millions and billions of dollars in transaction fees coming in, okay, your valuation is a multiple of that. So when you look at stocks on Wall Street and so forth, you look at software as a service companies, they're typically trading for 8 to 10 times multiple of earnings. So when you look at a project like this, we're trading for a multiple of earnings. The value of the project continues to escalate as more and more transaction fees are getting collected. So that is important because that's what Bobby says. He says, look, selling out the mine is the first phase. Now let me build out the utility, and now let's build the valuation of this project, which means the coin price continues to go up and up and up and up because of the transaction fees that are being collected. So guys, that is what I get excited about. If this did not work, none of what I've told you so far would have even mattered to me, and I wouldn't even be doing the marketing. But when you're dealing with a leadership team like this, and you're dealing with somebody who's got the integrity that Bobby does, and I've met this guy, I've been at this guy's house, and I can tell you without equivocation, this is his life's work. This is his passion. It's what his family's all about. And this community is growing like crazy. And that is what this project is about. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme, guys. Okay? The mine over here is mining you coins for 137 years. Okay? You got to think long-term. Bitcoin didn't get to be $128,000 2 years from when it started back in 2008 and 2009. It took years and years. And this is a project that's going to be very similar to that. So you've got to look at this long term and say, hey, what's going to happen in 2 years? What's going to happen in 5 years? And join the project. And I can tell you this, if you join it and you're a miner, you're going to have coins mined for you for the next 137 years as this project's utility drives the price of that coin up. And that's what I'm totally excited about. So that's the utility of the project, guys. Let's talk quickly about what this project is not. It is not a rug pull. What is that? It's an unscrupulous person who starts a project, and what they do is they pre-mine coins for themselves, of course, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million coins before the project is even announced to anybody. And then all of a sudden they start hyping it. Hype, and they build the value of the coin. It starts going up, and then they go, hey, you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to sell all 1 million, 2 million, 3 million of my coin while the price is here, and I'm going to tank the market. That's called getting the rug pulled out from under you. They leave everybody else with nothing. They gain, no one else does. Well, guess what, guys? In this project, there was never any pre-mined coins. This is a proof of work coin. This is the same for everybody. From the day one, Bobby's daughter was the first miner, and she got the same amount of coins mined for her that you and I get mined every single day. We are all the same. Every mining seat produces the same amount of coins every single day for the miner that owns them. Okay, that's important. So not a rug pull, guys. Then you got your pump and dump. Same exact thing as a rug pull. Basically 1 million, 2 million, 3 million coins pre-mined, but this time they hired celebrity endorsers, influencers, and so forth to pump the price of the product or the price of the coin and to pump the value. It starts to go up. They dump their coins, and basically they pumped the price, and then they dumped their coins. Same exact result. Everybody's left holding the bag, except for them, of course. No pre-mined coins here. There's never been a celebrity endorser, guys, ever. Never been an influencer, ever. So, not a pump and dump. A Ponzi, love this one. A Ponzi simply means that you need money, new money from sales today to pay the debts of the past. This is a cash-rich project, guys. Okay, it's debt free. If there's no new mining seats that were sold next week, there would be no commissions that needed to be paid. Commissions have been and are always paid every single week. Period. End of story. Bobby's always said he does three things with the money coming into this project. Number one, build the mine. We've already purchased more hashing power to build this mine than the hashing power that's been sold. So they're being installed all over the state of Texas. It's being further and further decentralized. And as that mining power is installed, the hashing power grows and grows and grows. So build the mine. The next thing is basically pay commissions. Every week, Bobby's paid commissions. Every week. I've sat next to him on a laptop next to a pool in Las Vegas where he pushed out hundreds of thousands of dollars in commissions right there from his laptop while I've watched it, and so have other people. He's just the most fully transparent guy I've ever met. The project is fully transparent. And the last thing is promote the coin. And guess what? He's promoting the heck out of the coin, and I'm going to talk to you about that in a minute. But Ponzi, don't need any new money, guys. And is it a pyramid scheme? Well, let's talk about that network marketing-ish thing, because the last thing I'll leave you with is most network marketing is a pyramid, because you've got this person who got in here, this person who got in here, and let's say you got Patty down here. Patty's doing super well. She has 9 points on her left, 9 points on her right. She got a $3,000 commission, and she's super happy. Well, between me and Patty, maybe there's 200 people. And all of a sudden here, I'm getting 300 points on my left, 200 points on my right. Okay, guess what? All the points above 9, they flush every week. So I can only earn 9 points and 9 points, $3,000 every week, the same as Patty, the same as this person, the same as every person. It's not a pyramid, guys, not even close to the pyramid. And then let me tell you about promoting the coin. The third thing that I told you Bobby says he does with the money, and he's doing it. The project's currently spending close to $2 million a month promoting the coins, talking wrapped vehicles. I'm talking about over 600 billboards in multiple states across the United States. I'm talking ads, digital ads at almost so many major airports that are growing. Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston Intercontinental, Houston Hobby, Austin Bergstrom Airport, LAX, Atlanta, Miami International, Orlando, and growing and growing and growing, where this coin is being promoted. And you go back to that community project I talked about earlier with the utility, and I said, did anybody see a Bitcoin billboard? Anybody see an Ethereum billboard, a Solana billboard? The answer is no. But guess what? The business owners in these communities are already seeing, and the consumers are already seeing hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of billboards that are promoting the coin. And they're going, TEXIT Coin. Wow, that's powering the McKinney coin. That's powering the Orlando coin, the Lakeland coin, and all these different downtown digital currencies. So promotion, 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 and that's exactly what Bobby promised, and it's exactly what's happening. We have leadership that's beyond reproach, guys, and I am so excited about it. So that's what it's not. Let's talk about how you get involved tonight. Really easy. You buy a mining seat. I've already told you, all you got to do is be a miner. You don't have to do anything else if you don't want to. If you want to, that's great. But all you got to do is buy a mining seat. You'll get a digital wallet mailed to you, throw it in the safe, come back in 5 years, and maybe you're crypto rich, guys. That's all you have to do. But at the end of the day, you can buy up to 9 mining seats. And if you buy 9, you get 2 for free. If you buy 5, you get 1 for free. And I would encourage the people who are going to be builders. If you're like a person who's like, no, I've got a big network, Jim. I want more seats in the mine. I'm kind of like you. And in that regard. So if you buy 9 seats in the mine, the difference in buying 9 versus any other amount of seats, even the 5, is that you get 3 commission tracking centers. Why is that important? Well, with each commission tracking center, you can earn $3,000 a week in commission every single week. And so that's how people are getting to $3,000, $6,000, $9,000 a week in commission, because you can build out all 3 tracking centers and earn $3,000 per week, every week, on each tracking center. That's how you can earn up to $9,000 a week. It gets pretty exciting, guys. But again, all you got to do is buy 1 seat if you want to. You can still, with a $1,000 seat, earn $3,000 a week in commission, and you can earn unlimited 1-2 free bonuses, getting you more seats in the mine. I have people buying 1 seat. They sponsor 3 people quickly, and they just got 2 free seats. And now they got 2 free seats for $2,000 value. They only spent $1,000 on their seat. And so that happens all the time. So that's all you have to do. This is called decentralized finance. Nobody wants to know your birth date. Nobody wants to know your social security number, guys. It's name, email, phone number, and give us the address where you'd like your hard storage cold wallet to be mailed to. And that's it, okay? That's all you need. You can pay with ACH from your bank account, or you can pay with crypto, okay? Either way, you get with the person who brought you here tonight, and they'll take you online, and they can easily enroll you, and you get up and running usually within 24 to 48 hours. And even before you get your cold storage coin mailed to you, you're already earning coins. Your mining seat goes to work immediately once you're enrolled in the program and you're in the matrix, which takes 24 to 48 hours, and you're already mining coins for the next 137 years. Super simple. That's how you get involved. And so, what I kind of tell people, guys, at this point, I say thank you and all the other kind of stuff, and that's great. But I always say to people, there's three things that are going to happen to everybody on the meeting tonight going into next year after the mine is sold out. Number one, you're not going to get involved. And we're going to crash and burn, and you're going to go, thank God I didn't get involved in that. It crashed and it burned. It was another one of those things. That's choice one. Choice two is, holy mackerel. Coin's worth $16. The mine's sold out. The layer two in the utility is already started. God, I missed it again. That's the second alternative. You missed it again. Did you miss Bitcoin? Guys, you don't have to. Okay, the third alternative is they hit the 16 bucks. They sold the mine out, and this thing's a rocket ship. I am so glad that I didn't miss it again. Those are the things that can happen on this call tonight, guys. So, again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not saying crypto's a wild ride, but there are more crypto millionaires in the world last year than just about from any other segment in investing. And again, you've got to do your own due diligence. Never spend money that you don't have, ever, because you just don't want to do that. But you've got to make a determination for yourself. Is that Jim Carey crazy? Is that Bobby Gray crazy? Go online, do some due diligence. But guess what? You know what? You're going to see negative in anything. They negged out Bitcoin forever, guys. Okay? Oh, the price of the coin is down. Guess what? The price of the coin doesn't even matter. You're getting more of them every single day. Forget about the price of the coin. Just get a mining seat and then watch what happens, okay? When the price goes up, it's phenomenal. When the price goes down, I buy the dip, meaning I believe in the project and where it's going to be. When it goes down, it's like Warren Buffett always says, when people basically are panicking, I'm buying, because I'm buying it on sale. Guess what? Just because the price of a stock or the price of a coin goes down, it doesn't change the leadership. It doesn't change the utility of the project. They're still the same. And so that means it's on sale. And I love to buy things that are on sale. So anyway, I would encourage you guys to get involved in the project. Maybe I ran a little long tonight. Well, actually, it's right at 8 o'clock, which I'm usually about an hour in. So I'm good with that. I'm going to stop my share. And I'll hang around a little bit, guys. If I get anybody that's got some questions and they want to unmute themselves, I'll hang around a while and answer some Q&A. Maybe you want to actually, let me see, put something in the Q&A in the chat. Let me look at this if I can do that. Let's see, where's the Q&A here? I don't normally run these as a webinar, so forgive me. Hang on a second. There's Q&A right there. And if you guys want to put things in the Q&A, I'd be happy to talk about it. This is saying that my audio is garbled, and that's sad at 7:02 that I didn't see that. Did you guys all hear that okay tonight? Can somebody just maybe put that in the chat or something and say everything was good? Anyway, not seeing anything. All right, Lorenzo, you're welcome. Oh, chat's disabled. Sorry, guys, I don't run this thing, so I apologize for that. But again, the Q&A is open. I'm going to go through that. And okay, it says everything was good. I'm glad to hear that. See if anybody's got any questions. Current status and structure of the gift card program. Gift card program ends on December 19th. You go online, you buy your gift card online on the MineTXC website. You pay your $3,000 for the gift card, And when you get that, and when you buy it, the miner who bought it immediately gets 1 free seat. And then the gift card gets mailed to you. There is no expiration on when it can be used. But what it allows somebody to do is currently you have to buy 5 seats in order to get 1 free seat. Okay, this allows somebody to buy just 3 seats and get 1 seat for free. So it's a very unique promotion. It ends on the 19th. You can buy them up to that point. Any updates on the Puerto Rico trip or the downtown digital dollars? I covered the downtown digital dollars. Bobby did a layer 2 video last Thursday. Miners can go on the MineTXC website, go in their back office, go under resources, go under Zoom meetings. You can see the recording on that. He covered that in great detail, which is exciting. I know there's more updates coming on that. As far as the Puerto Rico trip, they just are flying back from Puerto Rico as we speak. My understanding is that there's going to be a Puerto Rico trip promotion that's going to be around the dates of Bobby's birthday, which is going to be around February 22nd. I've been asked to help with the planning of that. So as I get more information, I will be able to help do that. But I don't know anything more than that at this time. How once the affiliate side is done, will the salespeople be incentivized to grow the price of our coin? The salespeople don't grow the price of the coin, guys. So that's what's the cool thing about this. You forget about the price of the coin. It's going to be driven through the layer 2. It's going to be driven through more and more towns and cities coming on board, having their own currencies, and then us basically using that for fairs, festivals, and events. People are going to be buying Texit Coin, $1 worth of Texit Coin every time they buy the downtown digital currency, because they'll need to pay what we call the gas fees in crypto parlance. That's called gas fees. It just simply means when the coin is spent or the coin is purchased, there's a little fee that gets scraped off. And so we have the revenue from them buying the Texit Coin themselves, and then we also have revenue from the transaction fees where we have a little bit scraped off. Okay, there we go. Let me see what else we got here, guys. Okay, here in New Zealand, great to hear it. Can, for example, McKinney coin credit be spent anywhere? The answer is yes. There's a plan for that. Bobby will go more into that, but essentially every single coin is built on top of the layer 1, which is the Texit Coin blockchain. And because of the blockchain itself, that means that they can be spent anywhere, and we can do that. So I don't know what Bobby's plan is exactly, but anyway, hopefully that got that. Can we contact you in case we have an issue? Could you share your contact information? It was on the last slide. Yes, TXC Ventures. TXCventures@gmail.com, TXCventures@gmail.com. Jim Carey. Happy to meet or talk with anybody. I'm happy to do it. Okay, perfect. Thank you. About the gift card, and nothing happened yet. Cindy, again, the gift cards are being mailed out. I understand they're being mailed out very quickly. But again, once you've bought it, before the 19th of December, which is tomorrow, by the way, it's locked in. You could buy 10 of them tomorrow, guys, and you would have 10 of them. Spend 30 grand, get 10 of them, and now you can use them, and there's no limit on when you can use them. It's basically a limit on when you can buy them. So there you go on that. Yes, the gift cards can only be redeemed by a new miner. That is exactly right. A new miner wants to come in, and you do your dinner show. They want to join. They can use the gift card, buy 3 seats, get 1 free. You can use the gift card promotion as far as that goes. Anything else, guys? I'll hang around a little bit longer. Okay, I've answered that live. I'm just going through here, answered that live. Is it okay to promote the QR code link that generated off the Texit Coin, and will it expire? I don't understand what you mean by generated off the Texit Coin. Are you talking about on the last slide? So if you guys scan that QR code for me, I have a website, guys, as a ranger. It's called TexitVentures.com. TexitVentures.com. If you would like to see that website, it's a very, very vast website, all about the project, a lot of cool tools on there. But once again, I want to direct you back to the person that brought you here tonight, that introduced you to this, to go back through them to minor, okay? But you're welcome to take a look at the website. Again, TexitVentures.com. Last slide on the screen. Yeah, that's what it is. Divar, TexitVentures.com. So let me look at these. That was answered live, answered live, answered live. Okay, answered live, live, live. Okay, I'm just queuing up more questions. If you have them, happy to help. We still have 120 some people on the Zoom. And again, I'm happy to put my time in, guys, and do whatever I can to help you guys out. So I'm not rushing off. Bear with me. Okay, got all that. It's funny, you start answering these live and you start to see there's a lot more questions. Okay, I see a TEXIT Coin link generator that's on the slides. TexitCoin Coin link generator that's on the slides. I don't know where that's bringing you. Yeah, the QR code might be bringing you, Doctor, to a website that we used to have called txclimited.com. I believe that if you look at the URL, that might be where you're being brought. Can you type in there if that's the case? txclimited.com. We're not using that any longer. So to join, you're going to go to mindtxc.com. And again, if you want to see my website, TexitVentures.com. Roland, do the gas fees earned on layer 2 go to protect both the project or the person who initiated the downtown negotiation? No, they go to the project. The consumers who are buying TXC for the downtown digital currency. So let's say I want to buy $100 worth of McKinney coin. I go in the app and I'm going to pay a $1 gas fee. So that means I'm going to purchase $1 in TXC along with the coins that I get. So that's kind of how that works. It goes to the project, which boosts the valuation of the project. Let me see. That's done. Cancel that. Answer live. Okay, guys. I'm not seeing any more questions at this point. Here's another. And it has been increasing the percentage. Presently, it's 10% of the company income spent on building the mine. It's only 10%, and the commissions is 50%, considering we're crowdfunding the mine. Yeah, I mean, Bobby basically came up with the budget. It's on the website, fully transparent. I don't believe at this point, and again, Bobby would be the one that could answer this in a little more detail, but at present, the budget of 10% of revenue to build the mine has already got us purchasing more hashing power than has been sold. So at the end of the day, I don't believe that needs to be increased. I don't run the project, Bobby does, but at the end of the day, it's doing its job, and it's been the budget for building the mine. So I think we're good there. And I've been to the mines. I was out in Mansfield and put my hand in the mineral oil and saw the mines and saw the hash, all the fog hashing containers. It's pretty darn exciting. Thanks, Frank. Have a great Christmas as well. Hope everybody has a great Christmas. I'll give this, guys, another few minutes. We're down to about 106 people, but don't be afraid to ask a question. If you have it, let me know. Yeah, you can contact me. I talked about that. Just looking for more questions here, guys. Bear with me a second. I'm trying to clear the ones that I've answered already. Merry Christmas, guys. Perfect. Answered that live. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to sign off for the night. I got to go to a dinner with my family. But I'm really excited about the project. I hope this has been helpful for all of you guys. We're happy to go about rocket ship into a new country. Well, we have miners all over the world at this point, guys. You can go international. I mean, New Zealand and other countries as well, Canada, and so forth. So it shouldn't be a problem enrolling somebody in another country right online. Can you clarify about the Tuesday announcement about the deadline? Yeah, I got to be honest with you. I don't want to answer that because I'm not as in tune with that. But essentially, what I can't comment on that. I'm just going to leave it at that right now. But in the Telegram group, you can probably find some information about that. So if you don't mind, I will defer on that. And the Telegram miners only chat still around. Yeah, you have to be a miner and you have got your welcome kit. If you don't have that, then and you are a miner, go to minetxc.com, click the support tab in the bottom right-hand side, and do not pick a team, but put it in there and say, can somebody give me the enrollment link to the Telegram group? And or ask them if they can push a new welcome package out to you. They will email you your welcome package all over again, and in there it will have a link to join the Telegram group. Let's see, done and done there. Thank you, Jimmy President. Oh, thank you. Merry Christmas, Doctor. Thanks, Rodney. I appreciate it. Guys, have a good night. Have a blessed night. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Okay, I'm a miner. Where can I get this presentation to share? I'm happy to send it to you. If you guys want to send me an email at txcventures@gmail.com, txcventures@gmail.com. Be happy to send you a link to this presentation without any problem. All right, guys, have a blessed night. I got no open questions. You guys take care, and I will see you on the other side. Bye-bye.